Well, hi friends, it's Tracey. Violet's not with me, but Tracey from Tea Time with Tracey and Violet. I left Violet home because I just went and dropped off one of my children to a camp, and I got to pick up my eldest son in about 40 minutes, so instead of driving home, I thought this was kind of impromptu. I wasn't planning on doing this, but yeah, I'll just come to a local beach that's right in town. Nice rocky beach. It's like 20 after 10 in the morning. Beautiful. And talk about a book I finished last night. This book is a duet. I'm started on the second book. Well, I'm starting it today. I'm like 10 pages in. But this is an Anna Zaires, if I'm saying that right, book, Devil's Lair. Yes. This took me about a day to read. It was an easy read to get through. And book 2 is Angel's Cage, I think. But yeah, there's 346 pages in here. So let me quickly read the back of this. Live-in tutor wanted for a 4-year-old, must be willing to relocate to a remote mountain village or mountain estate. $3,000 a week cash. That's what it says at the beginning. And then, on the run from ruthless killers, I'm down to $10 in my wallet and half a tank of gas in my ancient car when I spotted the ad. The job sounds like the answer to my prayers, but there's a catch. The child's father is the most beautiful, most dangerous man I've ever met. Darkly seductive and filthy rich, Nikolai Molotov is a tantalizing mystery, a lethally alluring contradiction. Bruise-knuckled and tailored suits, tender endearments and dirty promises, my new employer draws me in like a magnet, even as my instincts scream for me to run. I should have heeded them, because I'm not the only one with secrets. My safe haven just might be the devil's lair, and once he's claimed me, it will be too late to run. Ooh, sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Well, I went into this. I've read Anna Zaires book series quite a while ago. I forget what it's called, Tormentor Mine or Obsession Mine or something. And I have another series of hers that I haven't read yet, the Twist Me series. I have it on audiobook, but I haven't listened to it yet. This one, when I looked on Amazon, just typing in dark romances, this kept coming up all the time, like recommended coming up. So I'm like, all right. I remember liking her other series that I read. I have a bottle of water. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go. And that's what I did. Yeah, I don't have tea, but this bottle of water has been rolling around on my car floor. So why not? It's hot, sunny, and it's unopened. You can probably hear the seagulls. Yeah. Anyways, the two main characters in this is Aspen and Nikolai. So, no, not Aspen. Is it? No, that's another book that I'm reading. Chloe. Is that right? Let me just, I don't want to, yeah, Chloe. Chloe is this young girl, I think she's 23 years old. It starts off, she's actually running away from an explosive. People are trying to kill her, like glass shrapnel getting in her arm, and she's trying to escape. What she's escaping from is these ruthless killers, and she doesn't know why they're after her exactly. She just returned home from a university, like just graduated, and her mom is like a single mom. She returned home, and she arrived a little late, but when she returned home, her mother was dead on the kitchen floor, and you find this right out in the beginning. So she walked in, and her mom is dead on the kitchen floor, and it's heartbreaking, of course. There's blood everywhere, and she's about to freak out, and she wants to call 911, but realized she left her purse in the car. As she's going to the car, she hears some men in her mother's bedroom, and then she freaks out. So she hides in a closet. Eventually she gets away and goes to the police station. and tries to report that these people were in her house and her mom's dead. To keep it simple, it was washed over and claimed a suicide, and they didn't believe her that there was people in this. Somebody from the higher above are erasing any kind of records or anything like that, and her mom was ruled a suicide, and these people know that she was in the house, so they keep coming after her, and she goes on the run. Now, to go back a little bit, her mom, she was adopted. Her mother was adopted by a missionary couple. Her mom came from Cambodia, but and her adoptive parents ended up dying in an accident. So Chloe's mom had Chloe and didn't really have any other family in the world. So now that Chloe's mom has passed, she has nobody, because her adoptive grandparents were passed, who she never got to know anyways. And she's on the run, terrified, with really minimal funds, like $10 in her account and half a tank of gas. She has like an ancient Toyota Corolla, I think. And these killers have tracked her, and she just barely escapes. And then she pulls into this gas station, and she has, I think, $30 to her name, and she's like, she'll put $20 worth of gas in and save $10 for food and hope that something comes up. So as she's leaving this gas station, she finds a free newspaper stand. So she looks in that, and there's this ad, the one with the live-in tutor, wanted for the 4-year-old, $3,000 a week. And she's like, this is too good to be true. Is it a setup? Like, she's very paranoid. What lengths will these killers go through to try to snag her so they can kill her? But she ends up applying. She goes to a free, like the library, for free internet, because she ditched her phone, ditched all that stuff, so she can't be traced. Long story short, she gets this job. She pulls up, and she's scared she's gonna not make it, because this takes place in Idaho, in the remotes of Idaho, and there's this super long drive, and then this extremely remote driveway that has 2 or 3 like high gates manned with guards, and a big super tall wall, like, who are these people kind of thing. And she rolls up her clunker, and who opens the door but Nikolai. And Nikolai is quite the man, okay? He's tall, he's big, he has long black hair, he has these golden eyes, and he's a sharp dresser, if you know what I'm saying. He is like upper crust in the sense that his clothes are not from Frenchies like mine, you know what I mean? Like, he has the tailored suits or the $1,000 jeans and all this and that. So she's kind of taken aback a bit, first of all, by the measures just to get there, then the giant estate that he has, like, it's humongous, a fortress, and this beautiful man who is extremely intimidating. Anyways, since the moment he sees Cleo, he becomes obsessed with her. Obsessed. Now, he toys with her, like, he is very stoic, but you see inside his mind he's talking, and he wants to jump her bones, like almost like an insta-lust. And generally, I don't like those kind of stories very much, like, oh, I'm so in love with you, and, you know, you're my whatever. He doesn't act on this, like, he doesn't tell her this right away or anything like that, but you just see this, and he's like, why? He's confused by his feelings, because he can have these beautiful supermodels flown in anytime he wants to get busy. But Cleo, who's, 5'4", and a regular girl, has taken his breath away. And he thought he would just hire her on to get in her pants and unlock her secrets, because he has the know-how and the resources. Before they even gave her an interview, he dissected her background, because you can't just bring anybody to this compound. And yeah, all of her background's kind of been erased. Like the past month, she's been off social media. They found out about her mother. They don't know the details until they dig further. So she's a mystery. She's a mystery. But she is qualified for this job. She just graduated from university from some sort of education background, and she has a lot of experience and things like that. And I don't know if you can see me. Is this a big shadow? Should I turn around? I don't know. I just thought you'd want to look at the water. Anyways, she gets the job, and he introduces her to his son, Slava. It's Slava something or other, but they call him Slava, S-L-A-V-A. And he's 4 years old. And he takes a shining to her right away. Like, he smiles. He doesn't speak any English. He only speaks Russian. And he doesn't seem to want to learn English. That's why they called in this tutor. And Nikolai is kind of thrown back by this, because his son is actually smiling at her and giggling at her. And it turns out he's only had his son for the past 8 months. He didn't know he had a son. He wasn't aware he had a son. So he wasn't with him through it all these years. Apparently Slava's mom died in a car crash, and then he found out this is his son. So Nikolai didn't plan on ever having children, and he was the big head honcho. It doesn't specifically say mafia, but it's some sort of organized crime with the front of clean energy, and but there's an element of danger sort of thing. He was the head honcho, and he just took a step back while he got his son and got one of his brothers, because Nikolai has 4 brothers, and that's why he moved to Idaho, because he wanted to keep his son safe, because the boy's mother, who passed away, is from a rival family. And anyways, it's a big deal that Slava is opening up to Chloe. Like, she's very good. She plays with him. She does a fantastic job, and she has this mutual infatuation with him, only she knows it's inappropriate. It's my boss, and that sort of thing. So there's a lot of tension, and he corners her in different places and tries to pick at her, in the sense to make her uncomfortable, because he finds it amusing. Not in a teasing way, but he can see that she's attracted to him, and he likes to get under her skin. So in this big fortress, besides the staff that are there, there's a cook and his wife, Pavel, who's a giant monster bear man, and his wife. And then there's guards that live in the guardhouse, and Nikolai's sister, who temporarily lives there, Alina. She lives there, and she is a statuesque, beautiful young woman. She's 24. And this group of people slowly get to know each other, and I gotta see. So she doesn't end up telling Nikolai that there's these ruthless killers after her, and she thought taking this job is a dream come true, because she'd be isolated, a remote estate. They're not going to be able to find her, and that sort of thing. Eventually Nikolai and Chloe become closer, and there's quite a process for that to happen. And Alina who was very nice. I like her. She has some sort of I think she has some sort of a drug addiction, to be honest. She takes to these headaches and migraines, and she has prescription drugs to, you know, I shouldn't say remedy, but to whatever. She has these drugs. One night, Chloe and Nikolai don't actually become physically intimate until very close to the end of the book. But there's so much sexual tension and a little bit of fooling around. It doesn't seem like you're waiting for this to happen. Like, oh, come on already, you know. There's a story that goes with it, so I appreciate that. I really like that. That's what this is only the second kind of book of hers that I've read, and they're both like this, and I like that. That's the kind of stories that I like. Anyways, the first time that they're intimate, Alina is on a bender, so to speak, and divulges to Chloe Nikolai's true identity and what he's capable of, and scares her off pretty much. Scares her off. So Zoe takes a run for it because she doesn't know what to do, and so there's Nikolai and those ruthless killers that are still after her. When Nikolai realizes she takes off, he blows a gasket, and, well, he feels he needs to get to her before these killers, because he found out about these killers, and he knows that they're professionals. They're not just willy-nilly robbers. They're professionals, because whoever those killers are, they're bigwigs, because they keep erasing any gas station footage. They keep erasing any kind of police records, anything like that. So he's terrified that somebody's going to get to her before he can get to her, because he genuinely seems to have feelings for her, even though he's a little crazy himself. So that's where I'm at. I finished the first book. I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but it's, at first I was getting a little, not upset, but I'm just like, okay, well, it's a long time. You like her and she likes him, and just, you know, just get over yourself and do it already, for goodness sakes. Not that that's what I'm in a story for, but they just dance around each other for a long time. But it works out in the end, in the sense that, okay, I get it. I understand now. But when Chloe makes a dash for it, I'm thinking, oh, for God's sakes, woman. And I don't know what happens, but for God's sakes, woman, at least give him the benefit of the doubt and ask him about it. Like, is this true? You're taking the word of his sister, who you do like, by the way, but the word of his sister, who's whackers crackers out on whatever drug she's on, telling you this shite that you don't know if is real or not, and then just to throw it all up when you know this is the safest place in the world that you could possibly be at the moment. But anyways, I'll have to fill you in more. I was thinking I'd do both books at once, but then I realized it's hard to do duet books sometimes, because it's hard to start talking about the second book when I have them both together, because I don't want to give it all away. So this is the first book. I recommend it because I enjoyed it. It's quick, it's easy. There is a lot of like internal dialogue in regards to, ooh, you know, he's sexy, or I shouldn't, but oh, I want to, you know. And same with him on his behalf. There is more to the story than just that. He flies over to Moscow at one point and has to take care of some business, and yeah, there's more to the story than just that relationship, but it centers kind of around that relationship. So, oh, these birds are flying all around me. So anyways, yeah, I will read that other book, whether I read it all today or today and tomorrow. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it. Well, I really just finished this last night, and I look forward to finishing it off, so I know what the hell happens. Oh, there's some crows now. Hi, boys. Come here, come see me. Oh, there's 3 right there. Anyways, oh, my son just messaged me. He just said, okay, soon, so we must be almost done. What time is it? 10:38. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to end it now because, yeah, it's high time that I do. But I hope this was okay. And maybe it was better if I sit this way. That would have probably been better. I apologize, friends. I do, but you got a nice look at the ocean. There's some shells all around here. Those little shells. Beautiful rocks and everything. So, anyways, yeah, Devil's Lair. He is a big baddie, but he does insist on things. And it's good because there's the dynamic with the son, him trying to get to know his son because he doesn't know how, and she's like the buffer. Everybody in this house is like statuesque and dresses and fancy, and she's just, it'd be like me bumbling around a big estate with fancy clothes. Yeah, you know, it just wouldn't look right, but it's a story, and it's good. I liked it. And yeah, I'll fill you in on the second story. So with that, I want to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love you. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So yeah, this was just a one-off, and at least it wasn't a downer. It wasn't. It was good. I'd recommend it. It didn't blow my mind, but it was a good read. So anyways, with that, I'm going to say have a good night or have a good morning, and I might see you tomorrow. Bye. Bloop.